Hello and welcome back to our study of bebop jazz performers. Today we're talking about Thelonious Sphere Monk. His middle name was not necessarily because of the shape of the basketball, but it was his mother's father's name. So it's actually a family name. The title of the tune we're going to hear today, Well You Needn't, was inspired by one of his students. His student at the time had written a piece for Thelonious Monk to look at and analyze, and he said, well, you didn't need to do that. So it's kind of where he came up with the idea. He was a rather eccentric performer. He'd often get up and dance while he was playing solos if the spirit so moved him. And he always wore funny hats. Well, not funny, but very unique hats, not just the fedora that was common at the time. Probably one of the most influential piano players and composers, but he was had his kind of his own style of playing, very chromatic, used lots of space. He's one of only 5 jazz musicians to ever be featured on the cover of Time magazine, and he never did graduate from high school, so he did not go to college to study. He just kind of taught himself and learned on the way. There was a music critic that wrote once that his unconventional playing style likened him to an elephant on the keyboard. So he kind of took that and ran with it. Something that Thelonious Monk kind of did throughout his lifetime, as the changing tastes of the public, the listening public, grew through time, from bebop through hard bop into the cool jazz era and into modern. He really didn't change a thing. He just kept on doing what he did, and he stuck to his guns, and he did pretty well at that. He was highly influential to a number of players, and that's because he was a very unique individual. The tune we're going to listen to is called Well You Needn't, and the chord progression in this moves in half steps, which is very strange. It starts on an F chord, then goes to a G flat, back down to an F and up to a G flat, and then through the bridge it just moves up by half step the whole time. That's not a normal way for a chord progression to work. Usually it goes to the 1 chord and the 4 chord and the 5 chord, and maybe you have a 2 and a 5 getting to the 1, but in this case he just goes chromatically, which is strange, but it sounds pretty neat. Okay, let's listen to a little bit of this, and then you can go listen to the whole thing. There's plenty of recordings online. He's quoting one of his other tunes called Epistrophe right there, but since he wrote them both, I guess it's okay. Alright, that's just a little bit of Thelonious Monk, the elephant on the keyboard. Interesting guy, great player, love his music. Go check out some more of it. Talk to you soon. Bye.